Hello, everybody. I hope that everybody's doing good tonight. We are in Elkhart, Indiana tonight. Our internet is not the greatest in the world. I get a little internet mogul thing up the top of my screen, and it's showing that I am barely on the fringe of being able to transmit, but it's a lot better than it was last night. We didn't have any internet at all last night. Um,
I'm here. I'm just in a
Medina
different
is here. She is just on the couch. She said that she has wet head tonight, so she doesn't want to be seen.
taking the dog out in the rain.
Yeah, she took the dogs out in the rain earlier and got soaked. I was out in the rain, got soaked. It's been raining almost 24 hours solid, all the way up to North Indiana, and it's supposed to rain tonight and all week. Pretty much have rain, 50% chance of rain. Uh, what we're finding is we're struggling with finding good internet, and that is going to be a problem. But we're going to do some things. I'm going to have some work done, some stuff mounted. I might even have to buy me another uh, hotspot, separate hotspot to try to figure out how to do this. I'm trying to get it in with something I have. You can see it right up there, right up there above my finger. It's the MoFi thing that I'm using, but apparently it's not as strong.
Yeah, right there where your finger.
For whatever. It's not as strong as I hoped it would be. But we are still going to continue on just like we always have, except we dropped Friday night because it is with doing this other channel, the 1 million mile road trip. It is all I can do to keep up.
But tonight's Friday night because we couldn't come on.
We're here tonight because we could not come on last night. We had zero internet. Show you how far back in the sticks we were. You couldn't even get over the air TV. I could get satellite because it's satellite, but I couldn't pick up. I got an antenna up there, and I couldn't even pick up over the air TV, and that's unheard of. So anyway, we're going to start tonight. We're talking about purely native people, indigenous people.
Summer Wells, you were going to say that.
Yeah, I was going to tell you about Summer Wells. I did check on it, and she is still missing, and the police are not. They've not come out and said that they had a suspect, a person of interest. What they said was, until she's found, everyone is a person of interest. And but they are still asking people to check their properties, their game cams, any type of door cams, anything, to see if they've had anything suspicious, or anybody walking through their property, or any little girls walking through their property. But I have not heard anything positive involving that investigation as of yet. We are going to keep on top of that. And all through Tennessee and Kentucky, there were signs, billboards, lighted billboards. They were road signs, amber alerts. So they are putting it out nationwide, or at least in the Southeast and North and Midwest areas. Okay. First one tonight we're going to talk about is the Tennessee Police Service is seeking public assistance in locating a female persons who have been reported to them as missing. Tennessee Police Service would like to determine the current whereabouts and confirmation of the well-being of Tina, or I guess it's Tina Isaac-Reid, 26, who commonly resides in Tennessee. She's described as an indigenous female person with slim build, 5'4" inches tall, 120 pounds, long brown hair, brown eyes. The person was last seen Thursday, June the 18th, in their town. She is believed to be wearing a sweatshirt that is gray and white striped, light blue jeans, and with rips, and black shoes. Anyone knowing her, knowing where she's at, please call the police department. Let them know she's okay. I did not see her date of birth there.
Tommy, Aaron wants to know, do you think the family is responsible in the Summer Wells case?
You know, I personally believe that they need to investigate the mother further. Polygraph, possibly. I understand that this is all hearsay because it's just what I've read, and I would love if some of y'all would try to verify this for me. I had heard that they polygraphed the father, he passed it, polygraph, and the mother refused, saying that her medication might interfere with the polygraph. I can tell you that most medication will interfere by saying that you didn't lie. That's basically if they're taking some type of, Xanax, something like that. I know that when you take a polygraph, and like I said, I've taken several for employment and several in training for when we did the police academy. I agreed to have them polygraph me. They ask you, have you taken any drugs today, illegal or medication today, period, illegal or non-medical? And then and they ask you this in the pre-interview, so you have to put them down on a sheet of paper because they know what's going to have an effect on you. And then in that, they'll say, did you put down on that paper all medication that you took today? And if you say yes, and then it shows you're deceptive, then they'll know that you probably are doing that to pass the polygraph. I have some suspicion in my mind because of the mother was supposedly the one that was seeing the last. I guess she was working in the yard with the mother or grandmother. I've heard stories that the mother is supposedly out for a walk. It's just, I don't know. You tend to look at the parents first, rule them out completely, and then go for the other. If the parents are not involved, I believe she was abducted. That's my opinion. I don't have anything to back that up, but other than the fact that, there's a lot of woods and everything around there, and they've searched constantly, but they haven't found her, period. And that it's just be my personal opinion. This is and I don't know, Anthonnia Hoffman. Has anybody seen or heard or had contact with? She's missing, Phoenix, Arizona. And I want to tell you about something about Phoenix. Phoenix, Arizona has the #1 kidnapping rate in the United States. At one time they did. I think it's probably still pretty good. Pretty near what I said, factual.
Kimberly Stone says there's another baby missing in Tennessee. I'll have to find that one.
Find that. Her last known family contact was May 26th this year near McDowell Road and 43rd Avenue. Her last known Phoenix PD contact was June 11th. Her last known contact number is disconnected. She may have had some mental health issues. Why is the PD's contact? She may be in the business. I don't know. Family is worried about her. Just want to know if she's okay. Let them know ASAP. Update: missing persons report was filed today from Phoenix PD. Missing persons, and they give the case number. Call Phoenix PD if anyone has seen her. What did you have? What did you say?
Kimberly Stone says there's a new baby missing in Tennessee. Been missing 15 days, but was only reported today.
Where is that at, though?
Well, I asked her some questions. She's going to check and find out.
Okay. Most of these Dina got for me because I was busy doing something else. and I couldn't do it.
Well, we're helping each other.
Patricia Yellow Wolf. I love these Indian names. Missing since 5/29/2021 from Rapid City, South Dakota.
Okay, hold on. That's the one that they had 14 girls or young people that had come up missing in South Dakota in May alone.
Yeah, I think we have that down here somewhere. I'll look and see. Brown hair, brown eyes. Not much information about where she might have gone. Let's see here.
Does she look 14?
No. I think we reported on that last Tuesday even that all those girls in North Dakota, Indigenous women, have come up missing in May, like 24 or something like that.
No, this is South Dakota.
Oh, South Dakota, okay. Leilani Lacey, or Lastly, missing from Sioux Falls, South Dakota since 5/20/2021, 15 years old, black hair, brown eyes. Call Sioux Falls Police Department. And let me give you a little heads up, reason the dogs are barking. We're parked in a parking lot that allows people to stay here overnight for free. It's fairly cool outside, and there's a vehicle, one of these earth rover vehicles, out my window right here, and they have a dog's picture on the side of their van, and they are walking a dog around, and then there's 2 or 3 other ones back here parked with dogs. So, you know, Maggie thinks this is her parking lot. Donna Fool Bull. Wow. Fool Bull. Missing since 5/24/2021 from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. She's 15 years old, black hair, brown eyes. Any information, call Sioux Falls PD. Kaylee Young, missing 5/7/21 from Rosebud, South Dakota. She's 14 years old. She really don't look 14. Contact the Rosebud Police Department. You know, really, all these underage. You know, really, you could probably just sit here all night long and see missing girls from Indian reservations and stuff, and that is very sad in itself. Isabella Moeller, missing 3/8/2021 from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. She's 17 years old. Elisa Shaw, missing 5/28/21 from Rapid City, South Dakota. 17 years old, brown hair, brown eyes. Rapid City PD is the reporting agency. Neck needs to be popped, but Dina doesn't need to pop it. Alexander Road, missing 5/6/2021 from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Excuse me. She's 17 years of age. Sioux Falls PD is a reporting agency. This girl looks mad in that picture. Ebony Chase Alone. Is that a Bonnie Chase Alone? Missing 5/24/2021 from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. She is 15 years old, black hair, brown eyes. I wonder how they get these names. You know, I'm sure.
I've heard that. I don't know if it's true that it's whatever the mother thought of or saw when she had the baby.
I mean, she Chase Alone. Loretta Bellion, 17, brown hair, brown eyes, missing 5/28/2021 from Rapid City, South Dakota. A bunch of girls from Rapid City. I'd be real concerned if they had some human trafficking stuff going on there, especially for the ones that were never found. Sorry, let me get this stuff out of my eyes. This funny thing happened today. I handed Dina my glasses. They were soaking wet and spots all over. She was wiping them off, and I said, "Oh no, I forgot my glasses. I must have left them in the RV." She held them up and says, "You need a memory pill." Vitamin B or whatever she takes. Andrea Spotted Elk, 15, missing 5/26/21 from Box Elder, South Dakota. Black hair, brown eyes. Box Elder PD is the reporting agency.
Oh my gosh.
Bryant St. John, missing 3/8/21 from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 14 years of age. Wow, what's up, Dina?
It's that baby that's missing. Her name is Caelum. Her mother, the family members confirm that Caelum, it's a little boy, and his mother are from Elizabethton. The boy is turning 2 in August. There's currently no known clothing description or dispute. He was last seen June 10th.
Something's up with that one. They'll probably arrest the mother on that. You know, if you don't report the baby this long ago, something's up. These were those girls that she had put together. 14 young Indigenous girls went missing from South Dakota in May. 14. The majority over the holiday weekend. 14. All ages 17 or younger. Let that sink in. What if they were your daughters, granddaughters, nieces? Sheila Tanner Hackett has been reported safe by her mother. That's good. Huh?
By her aunt.
Excuse me. By her aunt. This is a photo, Dina said, this is a photo of Kimberly Iron, an unknown male from California, and an unknown male from California who we know she was last with. We would like to get in contact with him in hopes of finding our daughter, Kimberly Michelle Iron, 21, from Crow Indian Reservation, Montana. Missing and has not been heard from since April 2021. Please help us find our daughter. We miss her dearly and fear she is in danger. We called Hardin Mount Sheriff's Department to make a missing person report, but they were told by the Captain Middlestead we were not able to make one. So we called the police department in Oxnard, California, and they were quick to help, thankfully. We are just asking for help from the public. To do appreciate any help they can get. The problem, I would say, probably is you show a picture like this, you know, I mean, if she's 21, and like we said before, unless they can tell them something that is a reason that she might be in danger, you can leave home at 21 and you can basically say, I don't want to let my parents know where I'm at. And, you know, it's just very difficult unless you can tell the police why you believe this. But this guy could have put her in human trafficking, whoever, you know, there's a lot of reasons. I think I could adequately say, hey, my daughter's missing. She's so and so age. And, you know, I talk to her every other day and now I haven't talked to her in weeks, you know. This is missing Evelyn Heineman, 16 years of age, missing from Boys Town, Nebraska. That's an unusual name for a town. Date of birth is 7/8/2004.
That is an unusual name.
5'2", 145, black and brown. She's Native American. That's just a very unusual name. I'd like to find out why that name's. But here, now look at this pictures. You see anything wrong with that picture? The mask. Why would somebody take a picture of somebody with a mask and put it up on a missing person? I guess you'd maybe say, look for this person with a mask. I'm telling you, she could be anybody I've seen today out on the street wearing a mask and just seeing her eyes. I just don't think that's, I don't know. That's me. Too hard to tell. Now, Dina posted this for me. This is kids right here, a big crowd of kids in front of an old home.
Indian
children were taken away from their parents, she says. Right here is the thing. This is probably one of the most depressingly heart-wrenching photos that I've ever seen. Native American children were taken from their families, put into schools to inseminate them into the white society. The slogan for the government's campaign was, "Kill the Indian to save the man." No official apology was ever been issued. Never forget or never forgotten. Man, that is crazy. It says, somebody posted, this is y'all's American history that Americans do not like to admit to talk about. The whole entire generation of Native American children completely lost by ethnic cleansing or genocide. American pre-patent something. The most vile, shameful, inhumane suffering upon the innocents. And it says, and it was all completely justified. Well, and I don't make anything to say that this was justified in any way, but it was born out of fear that the kids were going to grow up and lash back at the American government for putting all of them on reservations. So, that was not right. I'm not saying it was right, but I think that was the reasoning for it. People were going and taking them. They didn't want them to grow up in the Indian society and therefore rage against the white man and white society because, would you want to be taken off your land and put into a place and say, this is where you must live now?
But Tommy, the 215 graves that they found at just one site in Canada, they said, wait till they start digging in America.
Yeah. And, let me take this down for a minute. We went several years back to, what's that place Custer got killed? Little Bighorn. And I was under the impression before we went there that this was a huge river and a huge battle over a lot of area. But they had a girl, she was Indian, and she was working for the Park Service. And here's what she said. You don't say that I'm saying it, I'm telling you what she said, because I remembered it. It made a big impression on me. She said that Custer had I think there were like 200 men in his battalion, and y'all can correct me on that if I'm wrong. It wasn't very many. And they were coming to basically kill or capture some of the chiefs. And the chiefs, they actually were meeting in a big, the reason Custer got slaughtered was because these chiefs and different like Apache, Sioux and all that, they were meeting, the chiefs and a whole bunch, 4,000 braves basically were meeting over the hill at another location. They were just trying to feed their family, take care of them, be free basically. And the encampment where Custer first attack was nothing but women and children, basically, because all the braves and all the main force were just over the hill. But when they realized that their encampment was being attacked by Custer and his men, and they had a cannon set up on a hill, they just came down and just wiped him off the face of the earth. I mean, there was never a chance for Custer to beat the amount of Indians that came. Now they may have been 400 or 500 men Custer had with him, but you're talking about 4,000 Indians that basically were trying to establish a base to feed their family and live out a peaceful life. And I feel for the Indians that we came, when the settlers moved across their land and they basically just homesteaded on property that had been grazed by the Indians and lived on by the Indians for thousands of years. So, it was hostility born out of survival, in my opinion. But if you ever get the chance, go to Little Bighorn, or I think it's like Little Bighorn, I can't think of the name of the battlefield now, but it's Little Bighorn or whatever. But it's on a hill, and what they do is every place they found a soldier or Custer or whatever, they put a tombstone right there. They buried the people right where they were found. And then they do have a major graveyard up there that's got even modern graves in it, maybe 1,000 graves up there. But the main battle there, that showed where they were on a knoll and the Indians just came up the hill. And I mean, they didn't stand a chance. But anyway, returning here we got a Navajo Division of Public Safety. I don't know if I can even read this here. Missing endangered. The suspect was Ozzy Watchman. He's a male, 6'3", brown and black eyes. She's 15 years old.
They got the same last name?
Yeah, Roberta Watchman. She's 15, 5'4", brown hair, black eyes, 130 pounds. We continue to ask for the public's assistance in locating Roberta Watchman. NPD conducted my eyes getting bad. Several searches in the area and conducted and continued to follow the information provided by public. Please call Window Rock District, and it gives a phone number. At Community Alert, active search in Sawmill, Arizona for missing endangered teen Roberta Watchman. Sawmill, Arizona. The Navajo Police Department is currently searching for a missing and endangered teen from the Sawmill, Arizona community. Roberta Watchman was reported missing by her grandmother on June 18, 2021. She was, she was last seen with her father, Ozzy Watchman Sr., a registered sex offender from Sawmill, Arizona. And you think that a father could not do that to their daughter, but I'm here to tell you that in law enforcement, I have seen that very thing. And we actually had someone that lived in our city that was a police officer that did that to his son. Now, you think about that. He did prison time. He ran after he got convicted in federal court. He ran and got caught in Mexico and ended up serving, I think, about 8 or 9 years in prison, which that to myself is not long enough. He should have been locked up and still locked up. But that's crazy. The two are believed to be on foot in Sawmill, Arizona area. Residents are asked to be on the lookout, report suspicious activity. Let's see. The photo is the only one provided by the family at this time. Anyone with a better photo of Roberta Watchman, please email it to the PD there. Says we mourn 535 Native American children 215. Kamloops, 180. I cannot.
It's Kamloops. It's the different properties.
Tribe.
Different churches. No, it's different churches that took the native children away from their parents, and they took them to these schools. These were the schools.
Okay, 180. Carlisle, 104. Brandon, 35, and Lestock and County. Wow. Okay. All that, Dana, and we're still finished early. Missing murdered Native American. This is the actual website that we got this from. Was a Native Entertainment News, and Mary, I can't pronounce that, posted in Canada. These are some of the kids, I think, that were taken out of that church. They almost look Asian rather than Indian.
But notice they cut all their hair. They put them in white people clothes.
Yeah, well, they're trying to.
And they made them speak English.
Right, they're trying to desensitize them to their culture. And, you know, that's one thing. When we adopted our child, you know, she's Korean. We wanted to still, you know, be, we didn't want to take her culture away. She eats kimchi, which is comes straight as it's what it is Asian cabbage. They take Asian cabbage and all kinds of stuff in Korea, and they bury it in a pot underground till it ferments. And then, oh my gosh, it kicked me off again. Huh? Yeah, this right here kicked me off, the whole thing. This alert kicked me off. Hold on, tell them, can you on there? Yeah. Tell them to hold up. That alert, this 1-year-old alert kicked me off.
I think you're still on there, baby.
I can't see myself.
Well, just talk.
Well, if I am still on there, hold up just a minute.
Smile real big and open your eyes real big, and I'll see if that's you.
Wait. Hold on. Okay, I've got some type of echo. Hold on. All right. Wow. This is crazy.
Well, log out.
Let me go out. Okay, am I with everybody right now? Because that was crazy. I don't know what was going on right there. Does anybody hear me? It is. Yeah, all right. Well, that was a little insane. Let me try to download this.
They can hear you.
Okay, let me try to download this picture of this girl
the
boy that recently just. That's what made me have to leave. That I guess I got an Amber Alert that came across my page that kicked me off. Oops. Yeah, it's going to show you in just a minute.
Somebody's praying for you. Healing for your eyes from Graceful Lily.
My eyes are just itching today. I don't know what it is. All right, this is what came up. Endangered child alert for 1-year-old from Caelum Heaton in Carter County. And that's what just came up. Yeah. Amber alert. And we need to get some more information. Dina, can you go over and see if you can get some information on that? If you can go over and find anything on that.
It just came up about 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
so
but I mean,
not, he's 2 feet tall, weighs 30 pounds, blonde hair and blue eyes.
Any car he might be in?
No, they don't. He went missing 15 days ago. Nobody's seen him for 15 days. He's just been reported missing today.
Yeah, but I mean, what's her story?
Well, that's it.
The mama says he got missing 15 days ago, and she just now reported it.
Yeah. Maggie, stop it. It says Tennessee Bureau of Investigating an Endangered Child Alert Friday night for 1-year-old Caelum Heaton. He weighs 30 pounds, blonde hair. He's 2 feet tall. Says he was last seen June 10th.
Listen, if your child was missing tonight, would you wait and report it a month later?
15 days.
Well, 15 days. All right, let me. It's better than that. If your child was missing, would you wait 12 hours to report it? A 1-year-old, 2-year-old?
I mean, there's no.
Would you wait 30 minutes to report it?
There's nothing. I know.
If I had a 2-year-old child and I turned around and the child was gone, and I looked around the outside to make sure he didn't wander off that far, guess who I'm calling? The police. I mean, within 30 minutes.
Hey, remember when we took Mindy to Opryland that time when she was about 3 years old? And
yeah.
She wanted to go back for the chocolate
and she ran the other direction, and we liked to had a fit.
Yeah.
Dana liked, and I liked to had a fit too. I mean, went over and got somebody. Listen, you're gonna have to seal this park off completely until we find our daughter. That's what we said. You have to seal the park off. And they hadn't. How long she been missing? 5 minutes. It don't matter. Seal it off.
It wasn't 5 minutes.
Well, it was like 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes. But
no,
I mean, not. How long was it?
It was like
2 minutes.
30 seconds.
All right, but 30 seconds. But I was like, "You're gonna have to seal this park off." And they were like, "Well, how long she been gone?" Like 30 seconds. But she don't be missing like that. Seal it off. I was like, I was panicking. Then we go over there and she's at strawberries. I'm telling you, there would be no way that I would wait any length of time at all to report child missing, period.
Well,
something's up with that.
Tell them about last night at the park.
Yeah, this park we stayed at last night, the one that had the horrible internet, they had about, and we're not kidding, 1,000 dogs there. I mean, there was dogs everywhere. And they had probably twice as many kids. And there were kids on scooters and bicycles. And I'm talking about little bitty things. I mean, like, there was this kid stopped while I had Maggie out there trying to get Maggie to do her business. And we were right there by the road. And of course, there were parents everywhere. But this kid comes up on a bicycle and he's got this thing off the end of the bicycle where parents can push along, and help train your child. He must have been probably 3 or 4. I don't know. I can't tell kids' ages now. And he said, puppy dog. And I said, yeah, I don't, I was afraid he's going to jump on you. So, but, anybody could have grabbed one of these kids. Of course, I'm hoping that somebody there would say something, but just imagine if you had some pervert down the road and he sees this kid and grabs him up, and even if the kid starts screaming and somebody comes up and said, hey, what are you doing? He said, oh, this is my kid. He don't want to come in. I'm going to have to talk to him in my camper. Well, I mean, how would you know? Because, I mean, they were that many kids. You just can't imagine how many there were.
And this was in just one section.
Yeah, we were in just one section of the park. I mean, they had I think they said they had 500 sites at this park.
And it was just about full.
And it was almost full. Dogs and kids everywhere. Of course, you had to have your dogs on a leash, but still, it was insane how many people they were there, and people are just tired of getting locked inside, so they're out, and all the campgrounds are full. And
I said in here, I said it was a predator's playground.
yeah, I think Dina was she's freaking out. She's I'd be worried about my kids. And sure. I mean, I saw kids out there with no supervision, none.
2 and 3 years old.
Yeah, they're walking around. I mean, no parents anywhere. I don't know where their parents were. They could have had them under surveillance. Could have had them, seeing them, watched them the whole time. But if their parents were there somewhere, I never saw them. So it was, and a lot of people were under trees, and a bunch of people out there drinking and music, and it was busy.
Carol said when my son was 5, he was put on a school bus instead of being walked to daycare, as was the routine. A substitute teacher put him on the bus, and he got off alone. Thank God he came home.
Wow, that is crazy. And another thing that freaks me out is, I've heard about like 10 and 12-year-old kids flying to see the grandmother. Their parents will go and take them as far as they can. But a lot of airlines, in which I believe this is great, a lot of airlines will have a person that will stay with them and walk them to the plane, get them on the plane, and then another one will meet them at the plane, and they'll walk them to their person that's going to pick them up. And if that's okay, but I've heard of other stuff. They've just said, "Oh no, he's used to. He's flown several times, and he can take care of himself." I'm not worried about him taking care of himself. I'm worried about these idiots out here. I got something on my screen
Hey,
there.
tell them about the girl that in Huntsville at Huntsville Airport. Remember the young teenage girl that was going to fly to Texas to be a fashion model, and somebody at the airport didn't like what was being said.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Huntsville though, but it was a girl that she had found this thing in the back of the paper, one of these little trade papers, say be a fashion model, and contacted them, and it was all a big trafficking scheme. I mean, the girl was at the airport, arrived at the at Huntsville to do this or what. I don't remember exactly what airport, but the guy that came to pick her up was acting so strange that somebody came up and told one of the officers there, because a lot of police at the airports, said, "You need to check that out. Something's not right." And when he did, he checked it out, ran it. Sure enough, he was a known trafficker. So, you never can tell. Never can tell. I believe, though, when all of this, like this other RV pulling up, when all of this is done at on the Bell case, I think it's going to come back with the family.
On the Wells case?
Wells case, yeah. Summer Wells. I think it's going to come back to the family. I really do. I mean, how can a little girl get away from the house, get into the woods barefooted, and get that far away where all these people all these people would allow this child to get in the woods that far away? I mean, they searched 1,000 acres around the house. And that's, of course, that's like Sergeant Melinda said, that's our opinion on it. It's just, one thing that I really thought the sheriff was right. Check your game cams, check your rings on your front porch, because what they're hoping to find is maybe somebody leading this girl away from the house, Yeah, T.S. Jackson said when I was flying, yes, absolutely. Graceful Lily, yeah, I talked to someone else about that. Yeah, she may have had a secondary drowning. If you have a near drowning, say when she was swimming, she had a near drowning, and then she got home. I mean, they were, if you have a near drowning, they call it the second drowning, or dry drowning, what they call it. But if you ever have your child nearly drowned, say they have to CPR them, or you get them up there and they vomit up seawater or ocean or fresh water, and they pool water, whatever. If they've had an incident where they nearly drowned, they vomit up water, and under any circumstances, if they've nearly drowned, then I would have them checked out by a doctor, because they have what they call dry drownings, delayed drownings, secondary drownings, where they can die of drowning basically later on. But here's my problem with that is, though, say that they took her home and she did drown. I mean, she did die, and they didn't discover her for maybe a few hours. They could have panicked. Say the mother maybe panicked and did something, but was scared to tell the father because he's already violent past. Something like that could have happened. But then, how far would you take your child to do something with the remains that, you know what I mean? I don't know. You just can't tell. Head injury with drowning, right? Could be anything. Why lie about it if it was an accident? You're right, but some people, I know, Carol, it could be this. We don't know the circumstances, but let's just say that happened, and the mother was scared the father was going to blame her and take some aggressive, action, because he has been arrested in the past for domestic abuse, possession of a gun or something. I don't know. There was a couple of other things he was arrested for. So, maybe out of fear of that, of confronting the telling the father that, they did something with her. But then again, where would you just take her out and bury her somewhere? Or they searched 1,000 acres. That's a lot of land around the house. Usually they would not go further. A mother, I wouldn't think, would go too far from the house.
Okay. Some people are commenting.
Okay.
So, Graceful Lily says because CPS had been involved and the parents didn't want to get the rest of the kids taken. Carol said, personally, I'm constantly appalled at the lack of supervision and oversight the people use with their children of all ages. And I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
And then Sketty said, so wouldn't that be accidental and abuse of a corpse? Do you think she had other injuries she didn't want to be found, or is it just neglected homicide?
Yeah, I don't know that. Here's my biggest problem is, what would she do with the body?
Have they had a polygraph test?
I don't know if they've, I've heard, that's what I said. I heard they've had a polygraph test. I heard the father passed it, but the mother refused because he was taking medication. But I want somebody to try to verify that for me. There are caves, but if you're really going to try to hide a body, though, you don't need to put it in a cave, because there are tons of cave people that do caves. These speed blunkers or whatever. I think that she would be in the same area of the house, unless he called somebody and said, hey, I need you to help me. We don't want to go to prison and this, you know what I mean? I don't know.
If my child died accidentally, it wouldn't be my first thought to, I got to get rid of the body.
No, that's right. But if you had a husband that beat you to an inch of your life every time and blamed you for everything, then she could
do that.
You know what I'm saying? She had charges already on him once, and so she might be. Wells has passed a polygraph test. It's the only been stated by Mr. Wells. Well, I don't believe that anyway. Mr. Wells can say he passed a polygraph test, but he might he might be saying I heard that he did, and the wife refused, but I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. And one thing, until you have somebody in authority saying it, yes, he passed a polygraph test, then I don't believe it, because look at Barry. Barry said he passed the polygraph test. We know what's wrong with, and now he's under, he's being charged with homicide. And I'm not sure, Kathleen. I'm not sure if the Wells, the husband, the father of her, is is she?
That's his daughter.
Is that his legitimate daughter?
Yeah, that's his daughter.
Yeah, I don't know.
But and there's a lot of talk about him being spiritual. He has recently given up alcohol and everything, and supposedly, has his faith.
And I never question anybody's faith, because I'm not, who am I to question it? But I don't know. His kids, it's hard to know the real story is. But okay.
Because the story keeps changing.
Yeah, it does keep changing. Summer had older injuries. Would it be found? Wasn't the boy underage from drinking with her? Do you think they gave the kids alcohol? There's no telling. That area of the country, and I'm not saying they're involved with it, but that area of the country is big time methamphetamine.
Do you think Suzanne will ever be found?
I think that, here's my opinion on that, and this is just purely my opinion. I think there's a possibility that some remains have been found already.
That's what I think,
because of the charges he's charged with. You can't hardly say give him of, they charged him with moving evidence, basically almost abuse of a corpse. It's just a lot of stuff, hiding evidence. I kind of think, and I'm wondering if maybe the FBI, CBI found some remains when they dug up the portion of the concrete over there at that first area, and they siphoned through it. If he would have pulled something like, I'm not saying they did, but what if he pulled something like they did on Breaking Bad, where he tried to use some type of acid to burn the body up?
Okay.
Lawful wants to just find Summer Moon and will not release sensitive information that can hurt the case and hurt finding Summer. I think it's going back to the mother. I believe it's a strong possibility. This killing kids, I just can't wrap my head around it.
But you could, if it was an accident, the after effects is what's going to kill him, because the fact that she was sliding down those rocks and everything, she could have drowned, she could have gotten a concussion, anything.
Yeah, Carol, I know the high desert though is totally different than where this girl lived. This girl lived in the mountains, and I can tell you this: when I was younger, I ran around with no shoes on too. I hardly ever put on a shoe, but I could not run into the woods, because even in Alabama woods, it's not the high mountains. High mountains is rocks, snakes. You can't run around barefooted up there. You'd be better off to run around barefooted in the high desert. These are mountains. Yeah, I grew up in Tennessee mountains, different than the flatlands. Missouri Park, stayed at there, kind of smoking around their parents. Yeah, drinking, it's Ozarks. Yeah, and it's one thing is, it's a weird thing. We were eating with my daughter and her husband in a restaurant in Milwaukee, and I looked over at the next table from us, and there was this kid. He looked 10 years old, 12. He was drinking a beer, and I turned around to the guy, the waiter. I said, "Hey, what's the legal limit for drinking alcohol in this state? 21, I thought." He said, oh, they can drink all they want with their parents. Said there's not against the law to drink beer with your parents at any age. So, that's crazy. You live in the Ozark Mountains there's 200 yards of driveway through the woods to the main road, one side of Wells' home, and 500 yards to the other. If Mom and Grandmama were outside, how could they not have seen anything? Yeah, I agree. That's,
Oh, Lord. Sketty says she walks on gravel.
I can't walk on gravel. I get tenderfoot. I mean, tenderfoot, like the Indians used to say.
I can walk on
I can sand and all that stuff, just not gravel. Yeah, I agree. It's something up down there. I mean, that's why I'm saying the family. I think it's going to come back to the family. I really do. Well, listen, my internet is, thank the Lord, has not given up on me. Y'all have anything else you want to talk about?
Melinda said people who live in areas that don't have interaction with public, only their own people, fell in before.
Yeah, do their own thing. Yeah, I agree with that. Sinkholes everywhere.
Kathleen,
in the woods, brush, weeds.
Hard to rationalize.
Also fell in before. Do what? Hard to rationalize. They cover up an accident. Yeah, it is, but you got to understand, in that area of the country, in a lot of that area of the country, it's clannish. Okay? I'm not talking about the Ku Klux Klan. I'm talking about family is everything, and they're real clannish. They don't trust the police. They don't trust the outsiders. They don't trust anybody. And they handle things themselves. It's like the guys that goes to the bar and they get in a big fight and maybe one of them ends up in the hospital. Nobody's pressing charges. Everybody's going to handle it themselves. And that's what they do. They're clannish. It's a real clannish mentality, Don't worry about us, Melinda. Don't worry about us. I'm retired popo. We can handle things. We do appreciate everybody coming tonight and staying on with us. We are staying out of the big cities just because of the civil unrest that's going on in different cities. And we met a couple of police officers from online today. Where were they from?
Wisconsin.
They were from Wisconsin. They want to get up with me, and they followed the 1 million mile road trip, and they want to meet up in Wisconsin sometime. So
they just want to meet you?
They want to meet you too.
Okay.
And we're going to try to meet up with them. And but they want to do the same thing. They want to travel.
Before you go off, can you undo that and walk over there and show them who's in the driver's seat? Can you do that?
I'm going to try to show y'all through my camera, because I don't have a forward camera. Okay? Hang on just a minute.
You do that.
Look who wants to drive. Do y'all see who's in the driver's seat? Maggie's checking out her domain. And good.
That was good.
She's in the driver's seat. In fact, I thought I had a video of her I played the other day for her where she was in there and everybody asked her, do you want to drive? You want to drive, Maggie? Yeah. You live, Graceful Lily, you live
Ozark Mountains.
Ozark, Arkansas border. We will be coming through the Arkansas. I don't know exactly when.
We want to go.
She's keeping guard. Yeah.
Yeah. Arkansas, where we want to go to the Diamond.
Yeah, we're actually going to go to your Diamond skate park with where you they have the diamonds. Do you know about that? The diamond crater. Don't be the polygraph business because law enforcement haven't said anything about it. You're right. I don't either.
She was just sitting and looking out the window.
Yeah. Maggie's guarding everything for us. Actually, she wants to see if there's any dogs anywhere she can see them. She's got the best eyes I've ever seen of anybody. See, she sees something. Yeah, we're going to try to go there for sure.
It only costs $5 to go to the crater.
Yeah, got an RV park right outside of it too, I understand. But I talked to my daughter tonight. We're actually going to go to one of the Brewer games. This will be my first professional baseball game that I've ever seen. I've seen a couple of professional football games, a lot of college football games, but I've never seen a professional baseball. Lori Daybell still in mental hospital. I don't believe she's mentally insane. I don't. I believe that she's playing that for everything she can. She had this cult, and I say she was a cult, tried to be a cult leader by saying that she was God and all this other stuff. I do not believe 1 second that she is mentally ill. And I personally believe that just about anybody could fake enough mental illness to get put in the hospital. You go in and tell them, you go in there, basically don't speak to anybody, or you go in there and, there's just, I've seen people I know that have been locked up in mental institutions that are saner than anybody I know too, saner than I am. So, wow, living in the prairie surrounding cornfields. Almost every day. Wow. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. They say they plow the field about once a week.
No, once every 30 days.
Okay, once every 30 days, and it kind of mixes up and allows people. I know there's been a little kid that found a 2.5 carat diamond. Of course, when you find it doesn't look like a true diamond. It looks like a little piece of glass, but you go and then they cut it down for you and make it into that most valuable diamond. But
young boy found a 11 carat diamond there.
I thought it was 2 point something.
No, there was a boy
11 carat.
11 carat. Go do Google and see what's the biggest one.
Yeah, after rain. Yeah. All righty, but we're going to leave it with you tonight. I hope that you will come back and see us on Tuesday. And also
16 carat was found.
Check out check out we're just now updating our Instagram page for the 1 Million Mile Road Trip, and also we are posting videos every Sunday at noon. Is a new video coming out on the 1 Million Mile Road Trip, and we will be back here on Tuesdays and Thursdays unless something happens in the meantime.
Tommy,
what?
If they go to Instagram tonight on the 1 Million Mile Road Trip, they can see Maggie driving.
If you go to Instagram tonight on the 1 Million Mile Road Trip, you can see Maggie driving. I want to drive.
Hey, can y'all hear me from over here?
Can you hear Dina in the background? She's peanut gallery tonight. Oh, nobody's a loser. Nobody's a loser. All right, kids.
They can hear me. That's good.
All right, kiddies. My strawberries are probably wrong. Sure. All right. Well, listen. We love y'all. We really, really do. We talk about y'all all the time. You just wouldn't believe how much y'all are, each individually of you, are in our conversations. And we pray for y'all. And New channel.
Mhm.
Trying to find your new channel link to post. I don't know. Anyway,
New channel? What new channel?
I don't know about a new channel, but if you can, yours. I don't know what new channel you're talking about though, Melinda. We got the RV channel, but
You talking about the cooking channel?
we haven't done anything in a cooking thing in a while. Let me see if I can go over and get my RV channels. My RV channel. Hold on one second. Let me get my RV channel. Hold on. Why can't I see this?
Gracie, just a minute. We'll go out. Look, there goes Moses.
Where's Moses?
She's on the dashboard.
Yeah, Moses has got a neat little thing. He's I found it. Okay. Moses sits up there on the dashboard all the time. We're going to do some more of the, this is the 1 million mile road trip. We're going to do some more recipe stuff, cooking stuff in the RV. Okay, well, let's go. It's about time to, I'm still doing some stuff here. We love y'all very much, and we are praying for y'all. And if anything you need us, please email us at themissinglivestream@gmail.com, and we will get the message. Okay. So, but we will see you on Tuesday. We love y'all. Good night.